From Bowlium in Montclair, we're here for the title matches of today's JBT event. 3 finals going on at once, and an absolute celebration further to the left of that. We'll talk about it here in the scratch division. That's Jimmy Hunter looking for his first career JBT title. He's climbed the ladder to this point, but placing a top seed in Anthony Shannon, who shot 751, including a perfect 300 game in the semifinals to grab that top seed away from the previous leader, Elias O'Halloran, who Hunter just beat in the semifinals to get here. So we see how this all plays out. Anthony does this weird thing that nobody else in the scratch finals does. He uses his thumb. What a bizarre thing to do. Who does that anymore? Classic form. He's lowered that back so he can get a little more control, and boy, pretty shot there. 10 out of 10. To their left, Brandon Chris, red hot these days, looking to win his 4th career JBT title. He's going up against Ronnie Castillo, who's bowling in his 1st career top 4. Ronnie, I said, has to win by 11 to tie, 12 to win, and they're early over there as well. Further to their left, Elias O'Halloran and Zach Grimer playing in U17. Both the 2 guys who lost to Jimmy are stuck playing each other for the U17 title. And to their left, there is a bunch of wild and crazy open play. Honestly, I think they were being nice and putting adults next to us, but it kind of backfired. It was the double from Shannon. Virtually ties up that match, strikes in the 3rd and 4th. Jimmy had a run at perfection last game with the front 6 before that string ended. Castillo carries that right in. 2 youngsters that have been coming on strong. Brandon, that memorable finish at Winnetka last month. Ronnie is just getting started on tour with us, his best performance by far. Brandon, an even plus 400 after 8 today. Tilts that 5-0. We'll call Brandon a former 152 average bowler, because that ain't going to be the same tomorrow. He'll worry about that tomorrow once we let him know what that's at. Jimmy, that same 2-handed form. Just like every 1-hander bowls differently, every 2-hander bowls differently too. Jimmy, very fast feet, a little bit shorter guy, generates the power that you need. 2-handers have such high rev rates that you've got to have a lot of ball speed or else it's just out of control, and he gets that through those quick steps. And he has, reminiscent of Mark Myers, multi-time JBT champ. Doing pretty good on the regional circuit these days. Switches to plastic, hard and straight at the 3-pin, no problem at it. Trail by 1 through 4 frames. That's that's Elias's wobbly 7 over there, getting no love. Zach gets the bro hug from Zach as a result of that. Elias, I think, still only 13, had the front 10 earlier today. Led most of the day, but fell into 2nd by 15 pins, and that proved to be vital, or fatal, whichever way you want to put it. Steele missing there. That's his first open after a double, which is usually not bad when you're on a 164 average, but Chris has gone strike spare 3-bagger. Jimmy fishing around all of a sudden the last few frames. He's been pretty locked in this whole ladder. Eventually your look's going to change. Every time you throw a ball down there, it strips oil off one part of the lane and either gets absorbed by the ball or redeposited on another spot, or both. Big bucks tomorrow, 1,000 for first in the Invitational. We won't see Jimmy, sadly. This is his initial appearance in the regular season tour. Bulls main event when he can. Just clips that 3-pin, good enough. Trailed by 5 now. Right in the moat over there. A big opportunity for Brandon to put a hammerlock in this match. That Chris family been having a pretty darn good spring. Both him and his brother Cameron with titles in the spring portion of the tour. And he gets another broken. So apparently Brandon, in order for Brandon to strike, he has to stay behind the foul line and enter the building, and the pins just crumble for him. Runaway Brooklyn. Big shot from Shannon. There's one, Anthony's always had a pretty physical game. The one thing that's gotten his way has been his mental game. How does that pin not fall? Everything falls for Brandon. Sometimes Anthony will get a little bit down on himself, a little bit aggravated at bad breaks. He seems really calm and really focused today. If he can get his mental game to match where his physical game is, look out. No problem at the 10 for Brandon. Extends to a 24-pin lead if he can make it a 4-bagger here in the 6th. No problem at all. That is 4 in a row. That is not a ham bone. A ham bone is 2 in a row. Rob Stone can ham bone all he wants. I don't care what Rob Stone says. Look at those old ABC patches. Well, Jimmy definitely not out of this match, but he does not want to let Anthony run away and hide here. Get a double of your own, be in the 2 teens, stay very much in this match. Ronnie up quickly had a big problem there. Only the one off that split. He's going to trail by oodles, I think is the correct term. I agree completely. That was a ball change from out of nowhere. Well, you're starting to lose the looks. You got to trust your equipment. If you think it's going away, you know, do what you got to do. It looks brilliant when you strike, but when you ball change and you get an even worse check, then you're like, oh boy. You got to cover the back pin on this, and does not. And that was rather disastrous. He's got 1 title on the JBT tour up in Northern California. Says he's got a bunch of seconds, his word, not mine. But Chris just in cruise control. Imagine how good Brandon Chris would be if he showed up anywhere near on time. The Chris's were the last 2 people in the building today at 12:04. And Cameron makes cut, and Brandon's going to go 400 up and still has a chance of 250 scratch here. Mandatory strike there for Hunter in the 7th. As Shannon's sitting in the 220s. I assume this will strike. Yeah, you better believe it. Wow. Anthony's not only throwing it well, he's got room to roam. That was an arrow plus wider at the break point. That got all the way back dead flush. Over in the U17, Grime finished at 214. Elias needs this hit to win, I think. Yeah, just the strike. Anything less than a strike won't win, but he must strike on this ball or else he could lose by a pin in U17 for the 2nd time in a couple of weeks, right? Get that 235, 234. I'll go over and get a piece of that. Yeah, there's a lot of our very best all-time aging out this year, but there is a ton of young talent waiting to replace him. Here's Elias for the win. Oh, he gets it! He has had a lot of moments lately this season where you're sort of paying your dues and learning the ropes, and he hasn't gotten the hits that he's needed, often through no fault of his own, as he's thrown really good shots for the wheat. This time he throws a good shot and does get the carry. Great sportsmanship from Zach, too. But O'Halloran has come through with the hit to win U17. Ronnie's bowled fantastic all day, but it's going to be in a runner-up finish as Brandon has just been untouchable today. And I gotta tell you, I gave this guy a lot of grief today, but when you show up 10 minutes late and your kid goes plus $1 billion and wins, it's sort of back in my face. So
it's all in the plan.
Once again, sir, we start at 5:30 tomorrow morning, so don't be late.
I won't.
All right, there we go. Meanwhile, over in scratch, Jimmy did get a strike in the 8th to stay at least a hint of a prayer, but that 5-9 in the 9th is going to, I think, sink the opportunity. It's pretty darn good to walk into a tour you're not familiar with and blasted plus 282 on the day with a high game of 256, which opened the day for him. A low game of 192, by the way, so he managed his low games really well. It's a good trick on high-scoring conditions like we had today. Probably be a little tougher tomorrow for the big bucks.
What are you putting down tomorrow?
We'll see. Wouldn't you like to know?
Huh?
Wouldn't you like to know? I know what I'm putting down tomorrow.
I know you that.
What if it's 2 patterns? What if it's 32 patterns? What if every lane has a different pattern?
I'll probably just walk out.
Me too. Ring 10's not going to matter. Anthony's throwing it beautifully, and he's about to win his 2nd career singles title to go along with the team title. Elias, nicely done. Breakthrough strike there. You've had a lot of must strikes not go either way, and this time it did. Very good. Ronnie, no shame in that, man. Good job. Anthony had been considering getting his PBA card, and he asked a little bit of my advice, and I said, do not do that until you dominate at our level week after week after week. Well, this has been as dominant as I've ever seen him. And again, his composure is A+ today. So hats off to him, top seed. And finish in style. Yeah, you bet. Nicely done. Big thanks to Al and the crew for hosting us here at Bowlium. Great facility. All of our sponsors, Ebonite Priority Girl, Mark Baker Bowling, Northwest Lifestyle. The list goes on. Oh, look at this, the backup two-hander. Hey, there we go. Did not know he had that trick up his sleeve. Very nice.
That's right.
Very nice. Impressive 249 from Shannon. Good stuff today. Invitational time tomorrow. $1,000 on top, 5,000 plus overall. We'll see you for it then. Look at this. One more back. Yeah.